Laughter fills the room before a single word is spoken. You see hands gesturing, mugs being clinked together, and scripts shuffled across the table. Quick cuts show subtle hints of the Outlander cast, a watch on a wrist, a scarf tossed over, a chair, a pen tapping impatiently. Text pops up. What happens when the Outlander cast interviews each other? Let's find out. The energy is playful, teasing, and slightly chaotic, giving the audience the feeling that something fun and unexpected is about to happen. Upbeat, light music plays in the background, keeping the tone lively. Even without faces, you can feel the excitement and curiosity building in the room. Asterisk, the camera slowly pans over a table scattered with coffee mugs, notepads, and pens, giving the viewer the sense of a casual, friendly setup. You see a hand adjusting a microphone, another hand flipping open a notebook with neatly scribbled questions. The voiceover begins, calm and engaging. In this special Season 8 interview, the cast of Outlander swapped roles. Today, the interviewers become the interviewees, and the answers are full of surprises. Quick clips show hands gesturing as if laughing or reacting to a joke, a chair swiveling, feet tapping in anticipation. The text captions highlight the playful energy. Who will reveal their secret talent first? Which moment will make everyone burst into laughter? The camera moves over a small pile of props, hinting at inside jokes from the set. Stack of letters, a few leather-bound books, a toy sword resting casually on the edge of the table. The voiceover continues. No scripts here, just real reactions, real fun. And a peek behind the scenes of your favorite show. The viewer begins to feel the personalities of the cast even without seeing their faces, the way a hand points to another, the small shrug, the playful tapping of fingers on the table. Faceless storytelling allows the audience to fill in the blanks with their imagination. A hand gestures toward a notebook, then quickly flips a page. The music shifts slightly, teasing a moment of humor. A hand reaches for a coffee mug and almost spills it, and the camera cuts to a shot of another hand reaching to save it. Laughter implied, never seen, captions appear. Whoops. Drama happens even off camera. Another hand scribbles something down and then tosses the pen lightly onto the table, signaling that the real fun is about to start. The section closes with the camera focusing on a hand holding a question card labeled Funniest On-Set Moment. The voice-over teases. Soon, we'll find out who laughed the hardest, who revealed the biggest secret, and who stole the spotlight, all in their own words. Kinda. Quick cuts show hands leaning forward, tapping, gesturing, creating anticipation. The upbeat background music swells slightly as if signaling the start of something entertaining, preparing the viewer to dive into the first cast interaction. Asterisk, a hand slides a small card across the table, the camera following its journey, like it's carrying a secret. The caption pops up. First question. Let's see who cracks first. Another hand reaches out to grab it, fingers tapping nervously as if deciding how much to reveal. The voiceover teases. Time to find out who's the biggest prankster on set. Without showing faces, the energy comes through in gestures. A fist pounding lightly on the table in mock frustration. A hand covering a mouth as if holding back laughter, feet shuffling impatiently. The question is read aloud, the camera catching. Subtle movements, a hand pointing to another hand for emphasis. A playful roll of a pen, a hand brushing hair from the neck nervously. Text captions appear with playful emojis to match the answer. Definitely, Jamie. The camera pans to a hand making a mock "I swear" gesture, followed by another hand dramatically throwing a notepad onto the table as if the answer is so outrageous it can't be contained. Laughter is implied through shaking hands and tapping fingers, creating a lively rhythm without needing any faces. Another question card is drawn. Which scene made you cry the most? The camera lingers on a hand holding the card tighter, fingers curling slightly. A hand reaches out to rest briefly on the table, signaling sincerity. The voiceover whispers teasingly, Even the toughest warriors have their soft side. Captions pop up. Unexpected tears on set. Quick cuts show hands mimicking wiping away tears, shrugging, or gesturing dramatically. The subtle body. Language conveys emotion, making the audience feel the cast's vulnerability even without seeing them. The section escalates with a more playful question. If your character had social media, what would they post first? Hands fly over the table, mimicking typing, swiping, and scrolling. One hand points at another hand as if accusing, while another hand gestures in disbelief. The caption teases, "Someone would definitely post a secret." Laughter is implied through shaking movements and tapping. And the camera pans to a hand knocking over a coffee cup lightly, then quickly righting it. A small but charming moment of chaos. The music rises slightly, playful and upbeat, keeping the energy high, signaling that the fun has only just begun. This first round sets the tone for the rest of the video. Teasing, humorous, and full of personality. Even without seeing faces, the combination of gestures, props, captions, and voiceover makes the audience feel like they're right there at the table, laughing and reacting alongside the cast. The section ends with a close-up of a hand dramatically holding the last question card. Text overlay. Next up, the questions get even crazier. The camera lingers, creating anticipation for the next round of cast interactions. Asterisk, a hand slams a card on the table, sending a tiny stack of paper sliding. The camera follows each paper as if it's part of the drama. Text pops up. Brace yourself. Things are about to get messy. The voiceover chuckles. Some secrets are just too good to keep quiet. Quick cuts show hands gesturing wildly. One hand pretending to faint, another tapping rapidly, like it can't contain its excitement. Even without faces, the audience can feel the chaos and energy. A new question is drawn. Who is most likely to start a food fight on set? The camera catches a hand pointing accusingly at another hand, then quickly pulling back as if dodging. Retaliation. A pen rolls across the table, stopped by a clever hand, and the caption teases, "The answer will shock you." Laughter is implied by shaking hands, tapping fingers, and small dramatic gestures. A hand covering its chest as if gasping. Another hand doing a slow, exaggerated shrug. Every movement tells a story of playful mischief. Suddenly, a hand tosses a sticky note into the air, and another hand swats it down, mimicking a mini duel. The voiceover continues, teasing. Off camera, these stars are just as wild as their characters. The camera cuts to a hand flipping a notebook dramatically, as if revealing a hidden confession, followed by another hand gesturing, "No way." Captions highlight these moments, caught in the act. Secret revealed. The playful tension builds, making the audience feel like they're part of the table, holding their breath for the next twist. Next, the cast is asked, which scene on set had the most chaos behind the cameras? Hands come together, tapping and pointing, mimicking chaos, while another hand gestures like someone is dramatically falling off a chair. Small stack of props, a toy sword, a coffee mug. Script gets nudged slightly by a hand, emphasizing the playful havoc. The captions pop. The set was a mess and they loved it. Quick cuts show hands mimicking laughter, mock applause, and even a pretend facepalm, keeping the energy fun and unpredictable. The section ends with a subtle but funny cliffhanger. A hand dramatically holds the final question card, while another hand reaches in to snatch it away. Text overlay, next round. The confessions get even crazier. The background music shifts slightly, playful but suspenseful, signaling that the most surprising, emotional, and hilarious reactions are about to come. The audience is left laughing, curious, and ready for the final round of faceless chaos. Asterisk, a hand slowly opens a worn, leather-bound book, the camera zooming in on its delicate pages as if holding secrets. Text appears, Season 8. It's closer than you think. The voiceover adds a soft, teasing tone. Even behind the laughter, there's mystery, drama, and moments that will leave you speechless. The camera pans across faceless glimpses, a hand tracing a map, another hand holding a tiny prop letter, a hand gently touching a piece of costume fabric, all hinting at what's coming without showing a single face. A question card is revealed. What was the most emotional moment this season? Hands react dramatically. One hand clutches the chest as if overcome. Another rests lightly on the table, fingers trembling ever so slightly. Captions appear. Tears were real, even off camera. A hand nudges a cup of coffee closer. Almost spilling it, another hand quickly steadies it. The motion implying an emotional pause, a moment of reflection. The subtle gestures speak volumes, letting viewers feel the cast's connection to the story without ever needing faces. Asterisk next. Playful tension returns. A hand flicks a small prop across the table, and another hand dramatically blocks it, teasing. Who will spill the biggest spoiler? Text overlays flash. Hint: no one wants to admit it. Quick cuts show hands mimicking shock, excitement, and suspense, tapping fingers, clenching fists, gesturing wildly, capturing both the joy and the anticipation that Season 8 brings. Laughter is suggested, but mystery remains, keeping the audience hooked. The section transitions to a gentle, suspenseful close. A hand places a card labeled Season 8 Surprise in the center of the table. Another hand hovers over it, hesitant, teasing, then slowly lifts it, revealing nothing but the suspense. Is enough to send a shiver of excitement. Voiceover whispers, secrets, surprises, and stories you won't forget. Season 8 is coming. Text overlay invites the audience to engage. Which cast confession surprised you the most? Comment below. The music swells gently, playful yet emotional, as quick shots of hands waving, tapping, and gesturing round out the final moments. The video ends on a faceless montage, hands clapping softly, fingers pointing to unseen directions. A pen gently scribbling, "See you in Season 8" on a notebook. The final text overlay lingers. Outlander Season 8. Are you ready? The combination of playful gestures, subtle emotional hints, and suspenseful props gives the audience a sense of intimacy and excitement, perfectly closing the faceless journey with curiosity and anticipation. Asterisk a hand slowly slides a sealed envelope. Across the table, the camera following its movement like it's carrying a treasure. Text pops up, "The last secret." You ready? The voiceover teases. Even the cast doesn't know what's coming next. Or do they? Quick cuts show hands hovering over props, a quill, a small sword, a folded letter, fingers tapping nervously, hinting at excitement and suspense. Subtle gestures, a hand brushing across a map, a gentle fist pump, a hand dramatically pointing signal, playful anticipation without revealing faces. The first question of this final round is read. Your character could rewrite one moment. What would it be? A hand scribbles furiously on a notepad. Another hand gestures in mock shock, as if the answer is too outrageous to say aloud. Text overlay teases. Some secrets might never be spoken. The camera catches subtle, faceless reactions. Fingers drumming on the table. A hand mimicking a gasp. A pen tapping frantically, all implying emotion, tension, and humor. At next, the Season 8 tease builds. A hand gently unfolds a scroll with faint sketches of maps and letters. Another hand traces a path across it, as if revealing a hidden journey. The voiceover whispers. New adventures, old rivalries, and secrets that will change everything. Quick faceless cuts show hands flipping through scripts, adjusting costume pieces, and tapping on props. A silent dance of excitement, suspense, and playful curiosity. Captions emphasize. Season 8 promises laughter, tears, and unforgettable moments. Finally, the video wraps with a playful yet suspenseful call to action. A hand drops a card into the center of the table, and several hands reach for it at once, creating a small flurry of motion. Text overlay. Which cast member? shocked you the most? Comment below. The camera pans over, hands waving goodbye, tapping pens, and gently closing notebooks, signaling the end of this faceless journey. The music swells one last time, playful, mysterious, and satisfying, leaving the audience excited and curious for Season 8, ready to share their reactions. The final shot lingers on a single hand, gently placing a quill next to a script. With text overlay, Outlander Season 8 adventure awaits. The combination of suspense, humor, and playful faceless storytelling creates a memorable, unique ending that keeps viewers engaged and anticipating more. Asterisk, a single hand slowly pulls back a curtain of papers, scripts, and props, revealing a small stack of Season 8 secrets cards. The camera lingers on the hand, hovering over them, teasing without revealing the answers. Text overlay. The last laugh, the last secret. Are you ready? The voiceover whispers playfully. Every cast member left a piece of themselves on the table today, and some secrets are still safe. The subtle movement of hands tapping, brushing, and pointing conveys suspense and curiosity, letting the audience feel the energy without seeing a face. A question card is drawn. If your character could change the world, what would they do? Hands mimic writing furiously, then freeze midair as if the answer is too powerful to speak aloud. A hand dramatically knocks over a coffee cup, saved just in time by another hand, signaling playful tension. Captions appear, deep thoughts, or a clever joke. The audience is left guessing, enjoying the playful, faceless storytelling. The Season 8 tease escalates. A hand slowly unfolds a small map with mysterious marks, fingers tracing secret paths, then pointing to an unseen horizon. Another hand gestures, excitedly tapping on props like a letter or quill. Voiceover adds new journeys, old rivals, and secrets waiting to unfold. Quick faceless cuts show hands mimicking laughter, mock surprise, and subtle emotion, creating an intimate yet suspenseful experience. Captions highlight every choice has consequences, even off camera. Finally, the closing call to action is playful yet intriguing. Hands gather around the last card, hovering over it, then dramatically drop it into the center of the table. Text overlay. Which secret shocked you the most? Share your guesses below. The camera pans slowly across, hands waving, tapping, and closing notebooks, signaling the end of the faceless adventure. Background music swells, a mix of playful mischief and gentle suspense, leaving the audience both satisfied and excited for what comes next. The final shot lingers on a hand, gently placing a quill next to a closed script with text overlay. Outlander. Season 8, the story continues. Are you ready? It's lingering visual, combined with playful gestures, subtle suspense, and faceless storytelling. It gives viewers a memorable, immersive conclusion while teasing Season 8's excitement. Asterisk, the camera pans across the table one last time, scattered props, notepads, pens, and a few cards lying face down. A hand reaches in to gently stack the cards, as if closing the story for the day. Text overlay appears. That's a wrap. But the adventure is just beginning. The voiceover adds a warm, teasing tone. The Outlander cast shared laughs, secrets, and surprises today. And you've seen just the tip of the iceberg. Hands gesture playfully over props. A gentle tap here, a dramatic sweep there, showing camaraderie and fun. One hand lifts a coffee mug, mimicking a toast, while another hand lightly taps the table in rhythm with upbeat music. Captions pop up. Who made you laugh the most? Which confession shocked you? Encouraging viewers to engage in the comments. The Season 8 tease is revisited subtly. A hand unfolds a folded map. Another hand traces a path across it, hinting at new journeys and challenges ahead. The voiceover whispers. Season 8 is full of surprises, laughter, and moments you'll never forget. Quick faceless cuts show playful gestures, a hand pretending to swoop a prop sword, another hand dramatically flipping a notebook, leaving viewers curious and excited. Finally, the camera lingers on a single hand, placing a pen next to a Closed script. Text overlay Outlander Season 8. Are you ready for what comes next? The background music swells to a cheerful yet suspenseful finish, giving the video a satisfying ending. Hands wave subtly in the final shot, as if saying goodbye while leaving a sense of anticipation hanging in the air. The combination of faceless gestures, playful props, teasing captions, and suspenseful voiceover ensures the audience feels fully immersed. It ends on a note of curiosity, excitement, and engagement, perfectly closing the video while leaving viewers eager for Season 8.